Hello my friend, my name is Amir. I'm talking with you from the SC Center. We are the official KNX training center. Today I would like to talk about the multifunction actuator from the Elsner Elektronik. It can control or actuate the lights, shutters, and it accepts the binary inputs. It can be 24 volts or 230 volts. So please consider this video. I hope you enjoyed, and please let me know if you have any questions through the email. I try to provide the right answer. Thank you so much. KNX actuators with multifunction output and input from Elsner Elektronik that includes both input and output. In a function, we can say these modules are going to control the blind, roller shutter, window motor, and at the same time, according to your parameterization, it is possible to control light instead of the blind and whatsoever, or you can have the combination of both of that. Apart from the outputs, it accepts the inputs. So we can have inputs between 12 to 80 volts DC and 12 to 240 volt AC as an input, as a binary input, and provide the right telegram on a bus. This telegram, you can use it to control the output of this module or control other things. Also, these modules have the push button on it to control it by the hand in electrical cabinets. So both manually control and control through the bus is possible. Also, it provides us the complete feedback from the position of the blind or shutter motor based on the time of energize the relay output. The integrated shade control for each drive output is enabled here. So we have the closed loop controller in this module. So what we control here, we can control the slat of the blind according to the sun position. So that is amazing because it's unique among other manufacturers in KNX. We can provide 16 scenario per drive or motor of the blind or shutter. We can have the mutual locking of two drives using zero position sensors prevents collision, for example shade and window. So we have the master and slave operation between the motors of the blind and shutters or the window motor. We have the blocking objects and alarm notification with the different priorities, so we can cover all the safety functions. It is possible to let the actuators know if it should be work in manual or automatic mode. We have 5 safety objects for each channel, and it's configured in ETS. About the technical data, the IP environment is 20, and it can operate between -20 to +70, and it tolerates 95 relative humidity, so it should be installed inside of the building. The bus current that we use here is 10 milliamp. Also, these modules should be connected directly to the 230 volt AC of the utility. So apart from the red and black wire of the KNX bus, it should be directly connected to the 230 volt AC. So with a different capacity, these modules are manufacturers. The S4 B10 is going to control 4 blind or 8 on-off lights in addition to 10 binary inputs. And the communication objects of this module, the S4 B10 is 5, 6, 7. So there are 2 other ones with the lower capacity. If you have any questions about the wiring or whatsoever, you can always go to the datasheets. In datasheets, you can see about the wiring of this device. As you can see here, we have the 10 binary input here. Also, we have the possibility to have the supply voltage of the binary input. So what does it mean? It means, for example, you can connect the 230 volt AC or some 80 volt DC here as a binary input between the neutral and the output phase of your input. Also, it is possible to use the 24 volt DC output from this module. So it's quite convenient to work. Here it's a position to enter the 230 volts and neutral and earth from the utility to this module. And here there is 4 output for 4 drive, and also you can use each of them to control the on-off. And about the capacity of the output, if you use each of them, it can tolerate 4 amp, and if you use both of them, it's possible to tolerate 10 amp to control the digital output. Also, you can see all the information about the wiring of the binary input and binary output in the datasheet. And if you have any question about the software and application in ETS, always you can go to the manual and see how to parameterize and how many or what's happening with the group objects of this device. In ETS, first of all, we have the general setting to control the traffic of the data and general things about it. Then we decide on the local button on a channel A or channel B or channel C or channel D what's happening here. We leave it as a default. We have the inputs. So these 10 inputs is here. For input 1 and input 2, we can use it as a bus button. If we go to the bus button, then we assign the data point type of this binary input that should be generated, like to control the switch, blind, window, dimmer, scenario, and whatsoever. Also, for input number 3 to 10, we should go to the output. In output for channel A, we should say, do we need to control the blind, roller shutter, OING? It's installed outside OING. About the window and double switch function. So if we put it in double switch function, there's 2 channel A1, channel A2 means output A1, output A2 is coming up. So in output A1, it's possible to say about the settings of the digital output. It's the same as another in the other manufacturers. So it's normally open, close, and behavior after the bus is coming because of the failure or reset. About the status that we need from the actuators, about the linking function, about the time delay, about the blocking, about the scenario. It's all of them is possible. So in button input under the channel A, we can say, can we use the input 3 to actuate the channel A or output A? So if we choose this, it doesn't need any more programming. But if we want to use input 3 as something else, like input to transmit the data to other group addresses, so we should assign to it as a bus button. And even we go to the bus button, then it's possible to assign the data point type again for this input. And also in output, if we put it in blind, for example, the channel B, so we go to the channel B, so there is all the information about the channel B to the blind, okay? So about the time of go up, go down, or go left, go right of the motor, and about the detail info about the status and for the position or relay. But here we have the controller. So this controller is a closed loop controller that we can use it to control the blind according to the sun position. So it's quite professional here. And also we have other setting that it's possible for us to assign it through the parameterization for this module. Of course, the input 5 and 6 can here consider it to assign to according to our needs. That's all about this module at the first glance. So I hope to enjoy the information I tell you. Please let me know if you have any questions, and thank you so much.